Okay, hang on. Simply making a commitment to self-development. Everyone who joins the Toastmasters Club is making a commitment to the club, to its members, and to the organization as a whole. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. During the meeting, we avoid talking about sex, politics, and
Religion.
religion. Certain hygiene factors. All of you are requested to keep your cameras on if you are in front of the screen. As soon as you move out of the screen, you can keep the cameras off and keep yourself on mute unless you're asked to unmute yourself or if you're being the speaker. Whoever is the speaker is requested to please precede their name with whatever role they're playing. If they are a speaker or if they are a timer or it is whatever, including the instruction also is meant for me because I have not done it. I hand over the bait to our presiding officer, Dr. Saurabh Patil. Over to you, Dr. Saurabh.
Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you for the wonderful, start of the meeting. I am sure we have a lot of people here today. So before we begin, let me just see how many of us. We are 11 of us here. That's great. We're looking forward to join, more people. So the recording is on. In case anybody has any reservation, do let us know. Okay, so there was one incident that inspired me 2 days back. I wanted to talk about that before we start the meeting. I was in Delhi and I was in a meeting, and unexpectedly the whole uh, people in the meeting or the community just jumped me into the panel discussion, just jumped me to talk about something, and I was not ready. I was not told that I would be talking on a topic on my niche, but yeah, that was all of a sudden a surprise. But yes, I could speak surprisingly because the topic was close to my passion, my niche as a speaker and a coach. I spoke for around 10 to 15 minutes. So, one thing that made me reflect was that we are all speakers, we are public speakers, we are professional speakers. But we always have something up our sleeves, to talk about if we are put up on the stage impromptu. I think and any speaker for that matter doesn't ignore any mic or is not someone who doesn't grab the opportunity to talk. So I think that's a very important trait of a speaker, and I think it's very important that we have something on an impromptu speech or a thought with us whenever there is an opportunity. Just grab it, say no, do not say no, and just take it and show us speaking skills. All right, let me see if we have any guests today to talk to, any DTMs. Any guests today? I think Ankit is Ankit, you're the DTM, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Ankit, we welcome you wholeheartedly to our meeting in BKC Fireflies. Thank you
so
for
much,
taking. Thank you for taking up the role of general evaluator, and we look forward to some great insights from you as a general evaluator.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the meeting. I'm actually looking forward to the meeting, and I think this is the first time that I've come to BKC. No, the second time. I'd come for the physical meeting once, long back, when before COVID. I remember I'd used to have it in BKC at that point of time. And this is the time that I'm coming in an online meeting, and looking forward to the meeting. And I have Sai, Sandhya, good friends of mine. So looking forward to the meeting. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking out the time. So, any guests today? Any guests today?
We have Bhavna and Venkat. Parth also, who are attending for the first time, I believe. Parth Malhotra.
So let's start with it. Bhavna, how about you? Can you unmute and come on the video? Put on the video. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Bhavna, what brings you to BKC Fireflies?
What could you please repeat?
Yeah. So welcome to BKC Fireflies meeting. What brings you to BKC Fireflies?
I got a message that today is a meeting. Just I joined and take a
That's
role.
great. That's great. I think we should start sending more such messages, so we'll have more people joining. Great, Bhavna. So we'll come back to you. Who else?
Okay.
Who else? Fatima, right? Parth and Fatima.
Fatima is playing a role, so you don't have to
Okay.
bother her now. We have Parth and Venkat Sai.
Okay. So we'll start with Parth. Parth, can you come on video? On your video? Yeah, Parth.
Yeah.
Hi. So tell me, Parth, what brings you to BKC Fireflies?
So
What do
hello
you do?
everyone. So I am Parth Malhotra, born and brought up in Delhi. So I have a 5 year. I have done my graduation from IP University Delhi, and I have a 5 years of work experience. I have worked with Sun Life Financial, a Fortune 500 company, and I have also worked with a Forge, which is a mid cap company. Maybe it would be a large cap in next 5 years. And Now I have joined Toastmasters. I am a member of South Delhi Toastmasters and wanted a physical meeting. I would be shifting to Mumbai for my MBA. So wanted a physical meeting, but let's start with a virtual meeting, and I would be attending meetings regularly. Yeah. And
Great.
taking notes.
So good to see you. We look forward to seeing you more often in the meeting then.
Thank you.
Okay. So Venkat Sai. Venkat Sai has a photo on the mic. Hi. So Venkat Sai, what about you?
So yes, myself Venkat Sai. I'm from Charismatic Speakers Toastmasters Club, and I've been part of Toastmasters from past 3 years. So um, just scrolling my WhatsApp, saw BKC Fry's meeting, and just completed my gym, came to home, scrolling my WhatsApp. So I saw BKC Fry's, and yeah, it attracts me. The TMOD poster attracted me, and yeah, the message attracted me. So I thought, why can't I come and attend and give a table topic attempt? It's been long time I've been attempting a table topic as a table topic speaker. Looking
Yeah, that's
forward.
great. That's great. I like your enthusiasm, the way you have initiated it. And we seriously think we should send more of such messages to attract more people, joining into BKC Fireplace. All right. Anyone else who's there? I think rest all are the members and role players, right? Okay, let's start. Let's begin. So,
Saurabh, I have a point of order to make, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I think the club mission was stated a little incorrectly, and I wanted to just repeat it clearly for protocol's sake. If with your permission, the mission of a Toastmasters Club is, let me put myself on spotlight so for everybody to listen to. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I know our GE, Ankit, is going to be very, very particular about this. That's why I want to make sure I said it correctly so that it doesn't have anything to ding us on. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Sai. Sai is our president and presiding officer normally, but today because he's speaking, I'm taking and I'll be acting presiding officer. So that was and thank you, Sai, for repeating the mission. I really breathed the sigh of relief because you talked about the mission of the club. By the way, that was a sigh that we usually crack, when we're in meeting. All right. So before we go ahead, I have a small announcement. We have an area level contest coming this Sunday. So our champions from BKC Fireflies, our own president Sai Ramchandran and Pranav Advani will be contesting. So do not miss. Be there. Do register. If you're attending, do register and attend and cheer them, to go to the next level. All right, I am not missing anything. I think we've done. I think if I'm not missing anything, I can hand over the mic to our Toastmaster of the day, Sandhya.
Thank you very much, presiding officer. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And fellow Toastmasters, not just from Mumbai or India, but Today, we also have guests from beyond the country, from some of our neighbors, which you will know very soon. Well, I want to start this meeting by narrating a story, an incident that happened about 3 years ago. It was around 6:45 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up as usual to get to work. And I was living in Mumbai that time. I wake up, and strangely, I found that it was very, very dark outside, not like it usually is at 6:45 a.m. in Mumbai. I thought maybe my clock isn't working. It's not 6:45 yet. It's probably 3 a.m. or something. So I checked my phone. My phone also showed 6:45 a.m. I checked all the other clocks around the house, and every watch showed the same time. So it was not the clock. And then everyone started exchanging texts and messages on WhatsApp that, what's happening today? Why is it so dark? And then at around 9 a.m., you won't believe, the sun actually rose that day, 9 a.m., that late. Everybody was confused what was happening, and that year was really strange. It rained during Diwali. In Scandinavian countries, Norway, Finland, etc., it didn't snow during Christmas. The snow was much before Christmas, and people were really surprised. It was the first time that people were celebrating Christmas without snowfall around. So what happened? The world was confused. Scientists all over the world started working really hard. They wanted to find out what was happening. Was it climate change that was affecting us, that seasons were not in sync, nature was not in sync? What was really happening? Everyone failed. It didn't seem like, the effect was because of changes in the climate, but it was something else. And then a kid called Julia, a European kid, she said, "Hey world, you know what? Last year, we forgot to add an extra day to the calendar. We had only 28 days in February. It should have been 29. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, that really is the significance of the leap day, the 29th of February. Now, if you're thinking whether the story was real or not, well, I'm not attempting a tall tales contest here. But yes, of course, this story wasn't real, but it could have been real if we didn't have a leap day or the leap year in our calendar system. So today, or tonight rather, we are going to talk about little more things about the leap year, its history, some fun facts related to the day. And I want to leave you with the thought that why this is so significant and what could happen to the world if we had not accounted for this day. But before we get to that, I'm sure that most of you know what the significance is. What is the leap year? It comes once in every 4 years. And if you go back to history, it was Julius Caesar who also founded our who is credited to finding the modern calendar and the months of the year. Somewhere in 45 BC, he found out that the Earth does not take exactly 365 days to go around the sun, but it takes 365.25 days to complete its circle around the sun. And to adjust for those 0.25 days, that is the reason that we have one extra day every 4 years. That is the reason behind the leap day or the leap year that we have once in every 4 years. But do you also know an interesting fact that there are some years of the year where we do not have a leap year? So even though it is that year comes after every fourth year, we still don't observe it as the leap year. And these years are the ones that are divisible by 100, that are not divisible by 100. The reason is because after Julius Caesar, it was found that the Earth does not take exactly 365.25 days, but a little less than that. So after every few years, we should actually not be following the leap year so that the nature and the seasons are in sync with each other. So if you have a year that does occur after 4 years, but you still don't have a leap year, don't be surprised. It's because of the calendar and the exact number of time that the Earth takes to revolve around the sun. So that's the history and the significance of the leap year. Like I said, we will keep talking more about this as we proceed with the meeting. Before that, let me tell you what a Toastmasters meeting looks like. We usually have 3 segments in any Toastmasters meeting. The first segment is the prepared speech segment. The second segment is the table topic segment, which is an unprepared speech segment, or a segment where speakers will be called impromptu and given topics on the spot to speak for a couple of minutes. The third segment is the evaluation segment, where the prepared speeches will be evaluated and the meeting in general will also be evaluated. It is the feedback that will help us improve as we go further as speakers and as a club in general. Now, to support this meeting, we not just have the speakers and the evaluators, but we also have a very important team, which we call as the tag team, consisting of the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian. I would first like to invite the grammarian for tonight, who is Toastmaster Fatima. And like I said earlier, we have members here tonight, not just from Mumbai or India, but also from outside the country. And Toastmaster Fatima is one such member. She is joining us from District 122, which is our neighboring country, Pakistan. So welcome, Toastmaster Fatima, to BKC Five Flies, and we are very happy that you are here tonight and not just attending the meeting, but also playing a very important role as the grammarian. So please tell us about the role. Over to you, Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you so much to our kind and sweet Toastmaster of the day. It was really a sweet introduction, and thank you so much again for welcoming me. So dear members and all the guests here, including me. So I am your grammarian of today's meeting, and I am also the word master and idiom master of today's meeting. So what my role is, I will be noting all the good usage of English language as well as not that good use of English language. Moreover, my role is to introduce the word and idiom of the day. So our word of the day is sanguine. Sanguine is an adjective and its meaning is being optimistic and positive, especially in any hard or stressful environment. So our word of the day is sanguine, and we can use it in a sentence that she was sanguine to get good grades in exams. And our idiom of the day is come off with flying colors. And its meaning is to succeed or perform exceptionally well. And we can use it in a sentence like, despite the challenging projects, she came off with flying colors. So dear all, I'm sanguine that today we are going to come off with flying colors. And I hope everyone is going to use the idiom and word of the day. So this is from my side, back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fatima. I really hope that the meeting room does come out with flying colors in the grammarian's report and uses both the word of the day and the idiom of the day as much as we can. Our next important role player is the hour counter. I don't know her from before. I think this is also one of the first times that she is joining our meeting, but she has been very, very kind to take up the role of the hour counter just 10 minutes before the meeting started, because unfortunately, the member who is supposed to play the role earlier couldn't do it because of an emergency. So Toastmaster Bhavna stepped up very graciously to play the role. Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavna, for that. Over to you. Please tell us about your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandhya, for such lovely introduction. Hello, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I am Toastmaster Bhavna, My role is AHA counter for today's meeting. As a AHA counter, I will note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause, filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for words and count that may be inappropriate expressions such as well, so you know, sounds may be or I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrase such as I or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report when called upon to do so. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sandhya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bhavna. We would now like to invite, we call her the official timer of BKC Fireflies. Not because she has done this too often, but because the way she has learned the role so quickly. I'm talking about none other than the Sergeant at Arms that you met at the beginning of the meeting, Toastmaster Sandhya. She is a relatively new Toastmaster, a new member to BKC Fireflies. But when she took up the role of the timer for the very first time, none of us thought that a timer's role could be done in such a fabulous way. She was phenomenal. And after that, she has only grown in this role. And she has taught all of us how to be the timekeeper for a meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sandhya. Tell us again how you're going to do your job.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya, and I'm totally flattered. I will take on my role seriously still. As a timer, I will be keeping the time for all the speakers, whether they are table topics or their prepared speeches or the evaluations and I would be sharing my screen, and you would be seeing three colors flashed on the screen, which is green, yellow, and red. Green would indicate that you are now qualified to speak. You are now qualified and you have reached the minimum time required for the speech. Yellow will indicate that you are well within the minimum time of the speech, and red would indicate that you are almost towards the end of the time and you are going to soon be disqualified. So the moment you see the red card, it's time for you to put a full stop. In short, for table topics, there would be at 1 minute, I would be raising the green card, or rather I will be showing the green card on my screen. My screen will be shared while you're having the conversation. At 1.5 minutes, it will be a yellow card to show you're half past through. And at 2 minutes, there will be a red card. After 2 minutes, you will be disqualified. The moment the red card comes in and the red card starts flashing, it means that you're soon going to be disqualified. And after that, good luck. Then you have the prepared speeches with us 5 to 7 minutes. 5 is the minimum threshold at which you'd see the green. At 6 minutes, you'd see the yellow, and at 7 minutes, you'd see the red. And with evaluation, it would be 2 to 3 minutes, where you would see the green at 2, 2.5 would be the yellow, and 3 would be the red card. And I wish you all the best for during your speech time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandhya, for that introduction and a very detailed description of your role. Let's now move on to the first segment of the meeting, which is the prepared speeches segment. Our first speaker for tonight is the one that you just saw spotlighted on the screen, Toastmaster Sai. His speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Nidhi. So I would now like to invite Toastmaster Nidhi to read the speech objectives.
Unfortunately, I don't see Nidhi. I see iPhone. Is that Nidhi? I'm assuming it's Nidhi.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got disconnected. Oh, so I'm connecting with my phone as of now.
Can you turn on your video?
Yeah.
Nidhi, can you share the speech objectives, please?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to present the evaluation for Toastmaster Sai. Toastmaster Sai is reattempting his ISC contest speech. Remember, the objective of the speech is for the member to determine their style of humor and apply it to speech that centers around a central message. Note that the project should be working on just to develop the ability as a humorous speaker and better to understand their own sense of humor. The member will deliver an organized speech and should not be report a content on engage your audience with humor project. I'm gonna analyze and evaluate it on the basis of 5 major points. First would be the clarity, second would be the vocal variety, eye contact, gestures. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nidhi. And I believe that the time limit for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, the timer screen I can see is up. Toastmaster Sai, can you confirm if you can see the timer screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Toastmaster Sai, 12th pass. 12th pass, Toastmaster Sai.
Leo Tolstoy once said that all happy families are the same, but every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Well, back in the latter half of 2022, my family was an unhappy one. And it happened very suddenly. Picture this. My wife and I were working from home that day. I was on my laptop attending some work call. My wife was on the couch reading some notes on her iPad. When suddenly, da-da-da-da, out of the blue, lightning struck. Didi, मैं आगे महीने से नहीं आएगी. That was my maid, Asha, telling us that she was not going to come to work anymore starting next month. This was a crisis. My work call could wait. My wife's reading had to stop. We had to deal with this situation right now. And to be honest, a small part of me was a little hurt. Why would our maid, someone we all liked, who had the run of the house, we let her use, we trusted her with the house keys. She had permission to sometimes scold our 4-year-old. Why would somebody like that stop coming to work with us? Was it something we said? Had we maybe upset her in some way? But the truth was going to be much crazier. My wife, feigning a casualness that she didn't at all feel, asked her, "Kyun? Kya hua? Kya baat hai? What happened?" To which Asha smilingly replied, "Didi, अगले जुलाई मेरी शादी है और आप और भैया बेबी के साथ जरूर आना, मैं इनविटेशन भेजेगी आपको." She was getting married next July and we were all invited. I wasn't really feeling the marriage mood right now. I was worried because she was a great worker. But my wife, she was 2 steps ahead of me. Her brain could work really fast. She could do calculations like a calculator when she put her mind to it. She asked, "Arey, July mein 8 mahine hai na? July is 8 months away," she said. To which Asha started blushing. She wouldn't look us in the eye. She looked here, she looked there. And I was sure she was going to say that she was planning to use this time to get to know her husband, to be a little bit better, get some alone time with him. But the story she told us was much, much different. She began, and it was quite a blockbuster, let me tell you. "Didi, मैं ओपन स्कूल ज्वाइन कर रही है 12th पास करने के लिए. माँ ने बोला है." She was joining open school to finish her high school education. Her mother was insisting. And if you think that this was taking a turn, the rest of the story got even murkier. It turned out that last year, her father and brother both died in quick succession. And her mother, illiterate as she was, had found it really, really hard to access her father's bank accounts and pension. Sounds like a bad Bollywood movie, right? It got worse. Her sister-in-law went back to her mother's house, abandoning her brother's kids with them. So now there were 4 of them in this house and no income. Her mother, Asha herself, and the 2 sons. No food. They were dependent on the generosity of friends and family. It was a struggle. And then Asha said something which really touched a chord. She said, "ये सब हुआ तो मैं अपना घर छोड़ के आपके घर आई काम करने को." But all this was happening was the reason why she had left her house to come and work in ours. So then, what happened? I asked her. And she said, her mother had insisted that when she, Asha herself, was about to get married, her mother would ask her to go back to school and finish her education, so that she would never find herself in a situation where she did not know what is happening in the family's financial situation. And this incident, this choice of Asha's to give up working for a good 8 months, to go back to school to finish her high school education, give up on 8 months of salary just to better herself, was an inspiration to me. And there are heroes like this all around us. These are not the kind of people about whom movies get made. These are not the kind of people whose failure to clear 12th standard becomes a reason to get an award from the government. These are people who make choices on a daily basis to improve themselves a little bit. They don't aim to win awards or be on the big screen with Shah Rukh Khan and Vikrant Massey. All they want to do is make a little bit of a better choice for them and their family so that everybody can prosper. And prosper they are, because just a few days ago, we got a WhatsApp message from Asha. Inside the WhatsApp message was a close-up of her high school diploma. And then she told us that her husband also was thinking about going back to school to finish his high school degree. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's popular now to celebrate a movie like 12th Fail, to celebrate people who struggle to become IPS officers and finally make it. But I want us all to look for the heroes around us. The heroes whose stories are not movies on the big screen, but whose stories are no less heroic. People who are choosing to give up, to go back to school, to face the humiliation of entering a school that rejected them in the beginning, just to become a better version of themselves. And look within. What can you be a better version of? And with this, I want to close the story to go back to Leo Tolstoy's quote. All happy families are the same. All unhappy families are different. But each hero leads to more heroes around us. Ladies and gentlemen, are you a 12th fail, or do you desire to be a 12th pass? Back to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sai, for that very inspirational speech. I would now like to call upon our next speaker, Toastmaster Tushar. But before he comes up, I would call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Pranav, General Evaluator. Please note that Toastmaster Pranav will be evaluating Toastmaster Tushar's speech. Toastmaster Pranav, over to you. Please read the speech objectives.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster the day, Toastmaster Sandhya. The objective of Toastmaster Tushar's speech is for Toastmaster Tushar to inspire the audience. And the purpose of the project that he is undertaking is for him to practice his writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. I'm really looking forward to the speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. Timer, can we have the screen up, the timer screen? Yes, I see the timer screen. Toastmaster Tushar, are you ready?
Give me a moment.
Sure. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. While Toastmaster Tushar is setting up his camera, and I think it's all set.
Yes.
Is it? Oh, okay, great. All right.
Am
So
I? Yeah.
Yes.
Can we do my audio video check?
You are audible and visible. You might want to come a little bit in the front. Yes, we can see your hands. Yes, yes, we can see your hands pretty well. All right.
So while I'm
Yes.
moving, am I able to? Are you able to hear me while I'm moving?
Yes,
Like-
yes, we can. But because of your background, while you're moving, you are getting blurred. We can't see you very clearly.
Okay. So how to change that?
You can not unblur your background. If you've created a blurred background.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's perfect.
Understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Toastmaster Tushar, stand up. Stand up, Toastmaster Tushar.
Have you ever witnessed when something wrong is happening in front of you and you don't know what to do? Do I have to stop? Do I have to intervene? Do I have to just pass by? Or do I have to take a stand? A few years ago, I took a stand. Ladies and gentlemen, many years ago, I was doing a play called Court Martial. And after the grand rehearsals of the play, me and my friend were walking on the streets of Mumbai. It was midnight, and to cross the road, I took a road tunnel, underground road tunnel. While we were crossing the road, me and my friends were stopped by few druggists, drug addicts. They said, whatever there is there in your wallet, take out. We were scared at that moment. We requested, we pleaded in front of them, but they were not ready to listen because they were not in their senses. And then one of them removed a rusty knife which was covered with sellotape. When I looked at that knife, I was scared at that moment because in my friend's wallet, there were money. Money to book hall, money for the deposit. I was even scared more. And then he shouted at me to open the bag that you have. I was scared at that moment. I was going to open my bag. He again shouted at me. And while I was opening that bag quickly, I looked at the right-hand side and I was shocked. I saw a young girl was crying and pleading in front of this people. And one guy was holding her hand and he was going near her. When I looked at that, I was fuming with anger at that time, and I said to myself, this cannot happen in front of me at least. I have to do something. I have to do something. And while I was opening my bag, I had a fake gun in my property bag. I quickly took that gun out and I pointed a gun at him. Stop it. They were all scared. They went 2 steps back. And I was even scared too. By looking at me, he said, okay, shoot. I was even scared. My heart started beating fast. I don't know what do I have to do. I took God's name. I said to myself that, Tushar, you have to take a stand. And I suddenly shouted like a maniac at that time, stop it, otherwise I'm going to shoot you, okay? I did that with high intensity and I went on them. They were scared. They said, okay. We are not doing anything. I quickly holded the girl's hand and I quickly told my friend Afzal to call cops, call 100 number. He was calling the cops. And while we were running, he called cops. Cops said that we are coming in 5 to 7 minutes. To stop them for 5 to 7 minutes, it was a tedious task because they were running behind us. They were threatening us that stop it. We are going to kill you. We are going to make your life hell. And we are running. And on the gate, there were 2 more guys. I quickly pointed a gun at them. They went aside. We started running on the road. they started coming behind, and there were a few people on the road, but nobody came to help. And we were there on the road, and these guys came. I told my friend, now, this time we have to face the situation. I said to myself, that's okay. Now, Tushar, you have to face that situation. And we decided to fight at that moment. The time police van came. Police van came. And this all guys flew like a bird at that time. Police officers came and commended me for doing a wonderful job. Commended us for doing a wonderful job. That day, Toastmasters, it changed my perspective. That day, Toastmasters, I saved myself. That day, Toastmasters, I took a stand. That day, Toastmasters, I saved everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very important to take a stand against injustice. Because we are human beings, right? We should be empathetic to others. We should care for others. We should be compassionate with others for the betterment of the society and for the betterment for ourselves. Do not turn your blind eye against injustice. Do not say that, oh, it's none of my business. What do I have to do with that? Tushar, will it make a difference if I alone intervene? Yes, it is going to make a difference. Yes, it is going to make a big difference if you intervene, if you take a stand. Because remember what Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So take a stand. Take a stand. Take a stand. This time I stood up. But the next time I will also stand up. But we can only make a change if we all stand up. Will you stand against injustice? Will you all stand up for the right thing? Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tushar, for that very powerful and thought-provoking speech. I would now like to invite the timer to let us know the time taken by the two speakers.
Toastmaster Sai was at 7 minutes and 6 seconds, and Toastmaster Tushar was at 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So both of them have come out with flying colors. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sandhya. Now that the two speakers have finished on time, it is my duty to keep the meeting going on at time. So without talking more about the theme, I will go to our next section, which is the table topics segment. And the table topics master tonight has an interesting profile. He is a software engineer at MasterCard by profession. His hobbies are running and cooking as well. And at some point, Miral, I would like to know from you what you like to cook. And in his pastime, he likes to watch anime. Now, when he told me about this, I was actually not knowing what anime is all about, but it's animation on Netflix is what Google tells me. So a very interesting, very eclectic interests, I would say, Toastmaster Miral. But before I hand it over to you for the next section, which is the table topic segment, I would like to tell the members that Toastmaster Miral is being the table topics master also as part of an elective project on active listening that he has taken up. And his role as the table topics master will be evaluated. And the evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Niyamat. So I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Niyamat to read the objectives of this project and then hand it over to the table topics master.
Good evening, everyone. Am I clearly audible? All right, I'll take that as yes. All right, so Toastmaster Miral will be presenting or delivering his active listening project, which involves him to take on the role of being a table topic master today. And the idea is not to tell us what active listening is or how can one improve their active listening. Rather, he's supposed to practice active listening by actively doing that job. And that's what I'll be noticing and focusing on. So all the best to you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Niyamat. And now I hand over this platform to Toastmaster Miral, the table topics master for tonight. You are not audible, Toastmaster Miral.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, now you are. Yes.
Okay, so I'm facing some issue with VPN, so I've joined from my mobile. So pardon for some inconveniences, if any. Okay, so good evening, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters. So I'll be the Toastmaster table topic master for this session. So as we all are aware, that table topics is the impromptu session of every meeting. And as our timer correctly mentioned, that every table topic would be around 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, there would be a green signal, a green screen will be showing. At 1.5, there will be yellow. And at 2 minutes, there will be red. There will be 30 minutes grace second to qualify for the voting. And every speaker would have to speak at least for 1 minute to qualify the voting for the voting. So without any further ado, let us start with the session. Just a second. So I'll be calling upon the stage Toastmaster Manoj. So Toastmaster Manoj, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. So the topic for your table topic, Toastmaster Manoj, is what is your happiest childhood memory and what makes it so special? What is your happiest childhood memory and what makes it so special, Toastmaster Manoj?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Childhood is always happy because that's the stage when you do not have any care in the world to earn your bread or to support a family. There are people to look after you, to guide you at every step. I am sanguine when I speak about my experience. You also are going to remember your childhood. I remember an incident when my hands were tied behind my back and I was standing outside my home. My father was seated over there on a chair and the river Ganges and Yamuna were flowing from my eyes. Why? Because I had done the daunting task of climbing up the roof as a 8 years old boy to pick up a kite. And that was my punishment. So, whether you call it happy or sad, so that was the experience I have never forgotten. But that did act like a catalyst to change my life, transform my life. Then I started studying, worked hard, and left home to continue my further studies in a residential setup. So I left home to be away from my father because I used to be afraid of him. Till date, though he left for the heavens on 12th of February. Till his death, I never used to speak to him openly. Whenever he used to give a call, I used to pass on my mobile phone to my wife. So that was the fear I continued. But whatever he did, that reformed me to become a better human being. So that acted as a catalyst that has made all the difference. And if I am leading a life with flying colors, it's because of him. Thank you. Over to you.
What an amazing story, Toastmaster Manoj. I'm pretty sure you must be a very big fan of action movies in your childhood. I'm pretty sure that you continued that till now. Also, deep condolences for your loss. May your dad rest in peace. Now the next table topic speaker would be Toastmaster Saurabh. So the topic is what sustains you on a daily basis. What sustains you on a daily basis, Toastmaster Saurabh?
Well, it's a very strong topic with a very strong. Yeah, I can see the point. Yes. So what sustains me every day? So when I get up, I do plan my day, and there is this motivation that leaves me to complete my tasks. Now, every day, I may not plan for the future, but every day, I plan to achieve certain targets, be it in my cafe, be it in my speaking journey, be it in my coaching, and the result that comes out every night or the prospective result is something that keeps the motivation high. Of course, sustainability has different factors. Sustainability may also include your health, your mental health, your physical health, the willingness to strive for that, and to be on the foot, to be on the drive. I, I make sure that I eat healthy. I make sure that I'm mindful with my meditation, so that I'm mindful with my tasks, and that sustains me. And yes, the biggest factor that sustains me throughout the day is the motivation or the incentive to look, say good night to my daughters at night with a satisfied smile on my face. Thank you. Over to you, Table Master.
Yeah, totally echo with you, Toastmaster Saurabh. That scratching off the task from your to-do list gives you a very good boost for the day. But yes, even big to-do lists can be heavier sometimes. So yes, things like mindfulness, going back to your family, and meditations are a good way to keep you uh, motivated and sustainable throughout the day. Next speaker for our table topic would be Toastmaster Parth. So the topic for you, Toastmaster Parth, is if animals could talk, which would be which would be the most charming one? If animals could talk, who would be the most charming one, Toastmaster Parth?
Yeah, I think it's a good topic. So, if animals, which would be the best animal? So I think I'm just not able to remember an animal, but I think polar bears is what coming into my mind right now, and I'm speaking on it. So I think polar bears are something very unique, and they are they can be very charming. They can be very sweet, and I think polar bears are a very unique kind of animal. So I think that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Parth. Yeah, you have a very unique take, that polar bear. I even thought about while taking this topic that what could be that, but polar bear never crossed my mind. So very, very great imagination you have. And yes, the fluffy part and the white one, like they were cute. So yeah, they might charm the most of the ladies, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
So Toastmaster today, are we good with more topics to take on with the in the respect of the time?
Yes,
Hello.
I think we can have at least one more.
All right.
One or two
All
at the
right.
max. Yeah.
Sure. Sure. So our next speaker could be Toastmaster Sai. Toastmaster Sai, you there?
Miral, I'm already giving a speech, so maybe you can ask somebody else to do a table topic. Venkat is available.
All right. So Toastmaster Venkat, you there?
Yes, I'm there. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sure. So Toastmaster Venkat, which subjects do you wish you were taught in school? Which subjects do you wish you were taught in school? Toastmaster Venkat.
Thank you so much for the topic. How many of you wanted the subject of humanity in your school? Any raise of hands? How many of you don't want a subject of rote learning in your school? Yes? Anybody? Yeah. How many of you have given a rote learning for your exams while you are attending your 10th class exams? If anybody remembers, I have given my rote learning exam for my social science exam, and I have been taught that you need to read, Venkat. You need to read your textbook from first letter to last letter. You need to read your tables. Tables with 1 1s are 1, 10 10s are 10. And I used to face a difficulty while attempting the tables while teacher used to ask me, Venkat, tell me 5 table. I used to say, okay, 5 1s are 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 2s are 10. That's how I used to say because I have been used to the rote learning. And this has been system of education while I was studying. The subject of humanity in this kind of situations in the present world would be very great. The subject of kindness, the subject of gratefulness. We all live with humanity. Every person in their life been to a journey of humanity, right? How many of you been to a journey of humanity? I hope everybody does that. Insist the person to be human. Insist the person to be kind to people. If we imbibe the humanity on the child at the age of learning, at the age that he grows, he sees the world in future, that would be great to the society. Back to you, TTM.
Truly echo with your thoughts, Toastmaster Venkat, that yes, in this present age, the value of humanity, gratefulness, gratitude, everything is diminishing day by day. So it would be great if schools can pitch in to have that sustain in the child. So the usually children have those qualities, but don't know during the phase of adulthood, during the growing up, they somehow miss on it. So it would be very great to have a subject to keep a constant reminder and activities around that yes, humanity is also one important subject as much as science and math. So we'll be going for the last table topic for the day. I'll like to call on the stage Toastmaster.
I think Fatima is volunteering.
All right. Sorry, I'm not able to see because I'm joining from phone. Yeah. So Toastmaster Fatima. Your Toastmaster Fatima, do you think it would be a good thing or a bad thing if people could remember their dreams? Do you think it would be a good thing or a bad thing if people could remember their dreams? Toastmaster Fatima.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for this very interesting topic. If I consider this, that if we all will remember our dreams, I think it would be great. because I am someone who gets a lot of dreams, and the first thing I do after getting up is pick up my mobile and Google this, what does this dream mean? And I'm always in a kind of a delusional world that what does this dream mean to me? Is it a good sign? Is it a bad sign? Because I take every dream as a sign. I don't know why. And I usually get upset. And then I went to my mom, and my mom said this is most of the time your subconsciousness, but it's very hard for me to believe it. And I think it would be a good thing if we will remember our dreams. Like most of the times we have good dreams, and it's best to remember them, that you can get happy the whole day. And it would be great. I am sanguine that if this happened to me and I remember all of my dreams. But when you get a dream, this it is also a kind of sign for us sometimes. So it would be great if we will remember our dreams all. It can help us in our lives as well. So it can help us to come up with flying colors. So this is my take on this topic. It would be a great thing if it happens ever. So back to the table topic master. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fatima, for your unique take. Yeah, I believe that you are not getting any nightmares lately. But just kidding. So yeah, I've read it at many places that dreams are something your subconscious mind is trying to tell you, or someone from your other dimension is trying to give you some signs. So it would be great if you could remember and relate it with your future, like if something happens, something like deja vu or something. Thank you. Thank you for all the Toastmasters who spoke today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sandhya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master, for that wonderful session and wonderful table topics as well. Before we move into the next segment, I would like to invite our timer, Toastmaster Cynthia, to let us know the time taken by the table topic speakers.
All our table topic speakers were sanguine, and they came out with flying colors. Toastmaster Manoj concluded at 2.21 minutes, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Saurav completed at 1 minute and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Parth completed at 1 minute and 15 seconds. Toastmaster Venkat completed at 1 minute and 44 seconds. And Toastmaster Fatima completed at 1 minute and 27 seconds. So all of them qualify.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Cynthia, for that great news that all speakers have come out with flying colors. Before we move into the next segment, which is the evaluation segment, let's talk a little bit more about the leap year. And this time I will not bore you with the history or the facts of the leap year, but about some fun facts about the leap year. Now, how many of you know that there is a city in the world which is called the leap year capital of the world? Anybody? There are in fact two cities, twin cities, which are called as the leap year capitals. Yes, I see Venkat raising his hand. Yes, Toastmaster Venkat.
Yes, so I think there's a city in. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I think there's a city something in Texas, USA. I don't remember that right name, but yeah, there's some city because I heard it when I was learning current affairs. So, yeah.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Venkat. So there are two cities called Anthony. There is an Anthony in Texas and an Anthony in New Mexico. The cities are just separated by the border. And these cities are called the capital cities of the world. And they have, in fact, actually self-proclaimed themselves as the leap year capital cities of the world. And the story behind it is very interesting. The story behind this is that there was a woman called Mary Ann Brown. She was born in the year 1932. And in 1988, she had this great quirky idea that she should form a worldwide group of leap year babies. The reason was that she herself was a leap year baby. And leap year babies are also referred to as leaplings. So she brought together all the leaplings of the world and formed a group. And they celebrated their birthdays because, their birthdays officially arrive only once every 4 years. And then Mary Ann Brown took the next step. She had this idea that the town should celebrate this day. So she came from the town Anthony in Texas. So she said that, why doesn't our town celebrate this? And she proposed to the town. She proposed to the chamber in the town and told them that, why don't we celebrate this? The town actually agreed. They thought it was a quite sanguine idea to do this because that will get a lot of global attention to the city. It will make their city very famous. And that is how every year, even today, the twin cities of Anthony in Texas and New Mexico celebrate. They have a 4-day celebration of the leap year. Starts on the 29th of February, where they throw a party to all the leaplings, a huge birthday party. They call over their families. And on the 1st and the 2nd March as well, there is a big city party with dance and music and so on. In fact, if you are anywhere around the Texas or you can think that you can, get there by tomorrow, you can even buy tickets online. The tickets are available online. You can go to the Anthony city and be a part of this leap year celebration. So that's a very interesting fact about leap year, and there are many more such facts about the leap day, which time permitting, I will share with you. But before that, we will now hand over the segment to the general evaluator of the meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Ankit. And he's distinguished Toastmaster not just because he has he's checked all the boxes to be a distinguished Toastmaster, but he is a distinguished Toastmaster in also another sense because he has held a lot of positions of importance. He's been the Club Growth Director of District 98. He's been a very active Toastmaster and a very popular one across District 98. And let's hope that he rises to even higher positions as a Toastmaster as he progresses. And we're really glad that he is the general evaluator for our meeting tonight. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. I just want to do an audio video check. Am I audible? Okay, great. Thank you so much for the introduction, Sandhya. And thank you to every member and role players here for ensuring that we have had a good meeting today. But before I go ahead with the meeting protocol in terms of my general evaluation, I would now like to have the evaluation round for the two wonderful speeches and one more special speech special project that we had. The first speech was given by Toastmaster Sai, and the evaluator for that speech is Toastmaster Nidhi. Before I go ahead with Toastmaster Nidhi, just to reiterate the timing for the evaluations, it is 2 to 3 minutes. There'll be a green card at 2, a yellow card at 2.5, a red card at 3, right? Okay. And also request the timer if we can start showing the timer card before we start.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, great, Nidhi, you're audible.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Nidhi, please go ahead.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Tonight, we had pleasure of hearing Toastmaster Sai inspirational speech that truly captivated our attention from start to finish. Toastmaster Sai exhibited a commendable ability to engage the audience with a strong opening and a memorable conclusion. I appreciate the usage of quotes at the start from Leo Tolstoy and a very, very smooth ending. However, there were the areas where few adjustment could enhance the overall clarity and the impact of the speech. Toastmaster Sai, let me begin by applauding your strong start. Your introduction immediately grabbed our attention and set the tone for an engaging script. Your enthusiasm was commendable and effectively drew us into your story. Additionally, there were few moments where you stumbled over your words or fumbled slightly. While these instances were minor, but they did momentarily disrupt the flow of your speech. To address this, I encourage you to practice your speech with a focus on flow of your speech and the confident articulation. I can give you some techniques such as vocal warm up or practicing the tongue twisters, which can help you to improve your delivery and reducing any instances of phrasing during your speech. Also, I would like to remind that while incorporating different languages into your speech can add the depth and the richness to your delivery, it is essential to ensure that everyone in the club or the majority of the speech remains in English as per the guidelines of Toastmasters International. This help maintains a clarity and inclusivity for all the members of our audience. In conclusion, Sai, you demonstrated a strong start and a captivating conclusion in your speech, which showcase your potential as a dynamic storyteller. Remember to avoid unnecessary rephrasing of sentences during your speech, as this can disrupt the flow and the clarity of your messages. With these adjustments, I'm confident that you will continue to evolve and excel as a speaker. Your growth on this Toastmaster journey is something I eagerly anticipated witnessing. Keep us the work going on. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Let's give a round of applause to our evaluator. Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. And I echo with our evaluator, Toastmaster Nidhi. Toastmaster Sai, beautiful expressions. I love the smile that you had when you were taking the character of the maid at that point of time and talking about it. Also, you had the message at the end, which was like a cycle. You started with that message and as in the quote and again came back. So that is a good transition in terms of that. And also I agree with Toastmaster Nidhi that maybe in terms of preparation, it could have been done better because there were some areas wherein there was kind of a problem in terms of the delivery. I'll just quickly again talk about Toastmaster Nidhi's evaluation. Toastmaster Nidhi, a good evaluation. I really loved the way that you explained what was the feedback and you also gave how to improve on it. So that was a very good take on how to do that evaluation. Maybe one aspect that maybe you can look at it in terms of the sandwich methodology that we use in evaluation, wherein we talk about the good aspects first, then go to the feedback and then give a summary. So I felt that the good aspects were a bit in between, and then you were coming out to the feedback and again going back to the good. So maybe that kind of a transition could have been done better, but overall good evaluation. Thank you. Next, we had Toastmaster Tushar, who gave the second speech. And to evaluate the speech, we have Toastmaster Pranav. Toastmaster Pranav, can you do a audio check quickly?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. You're able to see the timer's card, right?
Yeah, I can see it, yes.
Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Pranav.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ankit. Toastmaster Tushar, it's been an absolute pleasure hearing you speak today. And I can safely say that you are an amazing storyteller because the way that you delivered your speech almost had us on hook right from the very beginning. I think you're very inspiring as a person, and specifically when you chose to talk about a project that the aim of the project for which is to inspire the audience using personal anecdotes works really well. So kudos to you on thinking about that. And by nature, because you're a good storyteller, you're a very inspiring person. So I think both these things work very well in your favor. So also the second thing I'd like to mention that I'm not sure whether this was a story in which you acted in as a play or it was something that you personally went through, but either which ways, I was extremely riveted by the way that you delivered. It seemed almost ready-made to be a movie. So I hope you don't get any calls from directors after this. But having said that, there are a couple of other things that I do feel that you should definitely take care of while you're delivering a story, specifically with the objective of inspiring the audience. So I think one very important thing, specifically when you employ storytelling as an medium to convey a particular objective, is that the essence will lie in its details. So there were a couple of places where I felt that the audience somehow couldn't understand where those details come from. Like for example, why were you carrying a prop gun in your bag, it seemed very, very important to the story, and that's not something that we understood. Of course, we could have inferred that it was from one of your theater plays, but that's something that is that's very important. And I think even the fact where the entire transition or the setup, where you spoke about a dark night and dark alleyway, and then from there you ran and there was no one there, and then you suddenly walked onto a road where there was a gate, and then there were two people there who just moved aside because you pointed a gun at them without anyone raising an eyebrow. I think this is something that does not happen in real life. So audience may tend to associate with your speech or your narrative more if they find that that whatever it is that you're talking about has happened to you in real life. So it need not be like a big thing that culminates in you passing on like a big message, but it could be a small thing also that could lead you to pass on the message which you intended to pass on, which was to stand up and fight against injustice. Apart from that, I'd like to point out a couple of things related to the delivery of the speech itself. I felt that there were a couple of points where there was a narrative breakage, and it could have helped if you would have not used or repeated questions again and again that you wanted to ask the audience, and it would have been better had you left a clear message and ended with a question. Because at the end, I felt that your speech had ended like 3 or 4 times, but when it was actually continuing. Having said that, I do feel that you're a brilliant storyteller, and if you only just take care of these two things with your inspiring smile, inspiring nature, and a lovely smile, I feel that you would hit a home run with every story that you tell. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tushar, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pranav. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Pranav for the evaluation. Toastmaster Tushar, Toastmaster Pranav beautifully gave the evaluation. And I agree with him that you are a beautiful storyteller. I have heard maybe one of your speech before too, but talking about this speech specifically, vivid descriptions, expressions, hand gestures, everything was present in your story. You also had triads like take a stand, and you also gave about that, when to take a stand. Just one thing maybe is that you could have been better prepared for the speech, because you had to take time in the start to adjust all your settings, which could have been done before because you are anyways the second speaker. So maybe you could have done that well. And I agree with Toastmaster Pranav in terms of attention to detail. Because what happens, like, as I understand from Pranav, that you are a theater person. So in the theater, you have a stage, right? Over here, you have to make the audience imagine that stage. So if you have a lot of transitions, right, it becomes very difficult for the audience to understand what is going on. So if you have lesser transitions, maybe 1 or 2 aspects of a stage, then it becomes easier for the audience to understand. So maybe in the future, when you are looking at a story, have lesser transitions in terms of the settings, so that it becomes easier for the audience. Other than that, yes, you are a beautiful storyteller. And in terms of the inspiring aspect, I believe it can be done a bit better, as Toastmaster Pranav has already mentioned. But all the best for your future speeches, and I'm sanguine that we'll be going off with flying colors. Thank you. And Toastmaster Pranav, beautiful evaluation. I don't have any specific feedback to give at this point of time. Next, we have the project, that is the table topic, that was as a table topic master, that was done by Toastmaster Miral. And to evaluate this project, we have Toastmaster Niyamat. Toastmaster Niyamat.
Yes, I'm here. Shall I begin?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you can begin.
All right. So firstly, congratulations, Toastmaster Miral, for successfully delivering and successfully completing this project on active listening. Now, the fact is that it is active listening, which required you to, I'd say, pay a little more attention than we usually do. And for that matter, I would just like to use this one example. When we talk of all the trees in the forest, and let's say there's nobody in the forest, and you go and cut a tree, or let's say a tree falls. Mind you, there's nobody in the forest and a tree falls. Can you hear it? Yes? The fact is that nobody is there, so you can't hear it, right? So when you talk of active listening, the whole idea is that you need someone to be listening to what you're saying, not merely being present, not merely just having all the logistics, but there's nobody to listen. And which is why it's extremely essential that when you're talking about listening, the person or the audience has to be not only present, but actively paying attention. And hence, I feel that you did a very good job in that respect, because although it was a different format, it wasn't a speech, it was a table topic session, you had to listen to every single mini speech and then give your comments or your feedback on it. So I think that you excelled on that aspect of being an active listener. And the other thing that I'd like to commend you on is that you were very earnest. It's not easy to be put on the spot. Secondly, to have immediately come up with something that the person has spoken, whether you relate to it or not, you're supposed to comment on it. So I felt that you were very honest in that respect and tried to come up with something, either a story, either a suggestion, either something that you could relate to with respect to whoever spoke what. So I appreciate your efforts. However, I feel that there are certain things that could have been done better. Number one, if you had kept your video on at all times, the speaker could have connected with you better. And I think that helps, because in an online format, it's very difficult to constantly keep looking at this black thing in the middle. It helps if I'm looking at expressions and, the speaker is feeling better about themselves. Secondly, since you are the table topics master, for those 15-20 minutes, you are the person that everyone is paying attention to, or you are the one who kind of commands the meeting for those minutes. So it's important to have that level of enthusiasm also. Because table topics is so impromptu, people are coming from all different directions and walks of life. They might not always be very ready to take on that challenge. So it's your job to kind of ease them into it. So the only suggestion that I have from my end, you'll probably want to work on building a little more enthusiasm with whatever feedback that you offer. And perhaps having your video on will allow the speaker to give a better speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nemat. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Nemat's evaluation. Toastmaster Nemat gave the evaluation, and I'll quickly just talk about evaluation from the TTM's perspective. One aspect that I felt that can be improved also was in terms of the speed of telling the topic. The topics were a bit lengthy, so I felt that maybe the table topic master could have slowed down when talking about the topic, because it was a bit difficult maybe sometimes for the audience to understand, because the topics were a bit lengthy. So you can slow down. And one more thing is, Miral, smile. Smile is a curve which puts everything straight. So if you smile at the start, everyone in terms of the audience and members get glued to you. So yeah, that's it in terms of the evaluation for TTM. I have evaluations for the speakers also, but I think we may run out of time. So maybe I'll take it up offline and put it in the group for the speakers in general. I'll go ahead with the evaluation for the session as a whole. And for that, first, I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Sandhya, to give the timings for the 3 evaluations that happened.
Okay, so the time, the evaluators, Toastmaster Nidhi, spent 2 minutes and 35 seconds in giving her a feedback. Toastmaster Pranav spent 3 minutes and 13 seconds. And Toastmaster Niyamat spent 3 minutes and 6 seconds. So all of them qualify again.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Sandhya, for doing a wonderful job as a timer. One point that I had at the start, maybe which doesn't apply looking at the timer screen, was that I thought maybe you had the green, yellow, red cards in general. So my feedback was that maybe you can show the cards at the start itself when you are explaining about the cards. But now I see that because you have that system in terms of the automated system, it doesn't come into picture. But anyway, in the future, whenever you're having actual cards, you can show the cards when you're talking about the timings. So any new member or guest who comes in, they can understand how the cards look, right? That is just one feedback from your perspective. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandhya. Next, we have our counter, Toastmaster Bhavna. Toastmaster Bhavna? Yes.
I'm back.
Yeah. Toastmaster Bhavna, please go ahead with your report.
Okay, I'm back with my report. First of all, I would like to mention those who were flawless. Toastmaster Mrinal, Toastmaster Fatima, Toastmaster Sandhya, Toastmaster Saurabh, Toastmaster Venkat, Toastmaster Manoj, Toastmaster Nidhi. Kudos to all of you. You all were flawless. And here some repeated word and arms used by a speaker. Toastmaster Sai was the truth used. Repeat this word 2 times. Didn't 2 times, 2 times. Toastmaster Tushar, repeat stand up 2 times. Oh, sorry, the 2 times. And he took long pauses 3 times. Maybe it required. Timer Cynthia, use arm 2 times. Toastmaster Toastmaster Tushar used arm 2 times, and that we repeat this word 2 times. That's all from my side. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavna. And I appreciate you taking up the role at the end and doing such a wonderful job in terms of doing the role of our counter. So let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Bhavna. Thank you. Next, I'll move to the grammarian, Toastmaster Fatima. Toastmaster Fatima, over to you.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator, for inviting me. I hope I'm audible. Okay, so first of all, I will begin say in the beginning of the meeting, I was sanguine that meeting is going to be with full of colors, and I am extremely happy to announce that the meeting was incredibly exceptional and fabulous in the terms of usage of the English language and especially the vocabulary. So give a big round of applause to all of you. You all deserve it. So, and most important announcement that the word of the day and idiom of the day was used very well and by almost everyone. So my report is starting from the Toastmaster of the day, Sandhya. She used idiom of the day twice and word of the day once. The good vocabulary that I could note is interesting, profile, intellectual, description, thought-provoking, progress, glad, proclaims, permitting, labelings, and many more. Then it comes to a timer. She was very flawless and incredible. She used idiom of the day twice and word of the day once. Her good vocabulary was flattered, flashing, threshold, and just instead of saying 2 minutes and 30 seconds, she used the term like 2:30. That was a cute thing and emotional. Then the first speaker, Toastmaster Sai had a very vast range of vocabulary, and he quoted a very nice quote, which was, all happy families are same, but all unhappy family are unhappy in their own way. And the good usage of words were like couch, crisis, a small part of mine, casualness, blockbuster, quick session, abandoning, generosity, humiliation, better version, out of blue. And then it comes the evaluator number 2, Pranav. He used the terms like absolute player, inspiring, kudos, couple of things, essential, vivid, rising an eyebrow, narrative, and culmination, intent, brilliant. Toastmaster Bhavna used the terms like flawless and kudos. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Turesh, he used the very interesting terms like witnessed, interval, pass by, tunnel, planned, high intensity, commanded, perspective, empathetic, blind eye, and a lot more. Then Toastmaster Miral, the table topic master, used the terms like pardon, inconvenience, impromptu, condolence, sustains, echoes with, boosts, and deja vu. Then Toastmaster Manoj, he used word of the day once and idiom of the day also once. His good vocabulary includes on a bread, catalysis, transfer, daunting, and reform. President Toastmaster Saurabh, he used terms like sustains, prosperness, kick me off, willingness to strive for it, mindful meditation, incentive, and a lot more. And the evaluator number 2, Nidhi, you were incredibly special, flawless, and what eloquent. I couldn't put off my pen during your whole speech. I just kept noting your good use of vocabulary. She used the words like stumbled, fumbled, momentarily, articulation, instances of phrases, incorporating, essential, inclusive, demonstrative, and a lot more. She was a kind of a whole dictionary. And there were some also other good use of words like table topic evaluated Toastmaster Nemat use. Toastmaster Nemat, the use of your cohesive devices were incredibly exceptional. You linked the whole evaluation by the usage of cohesive devices like whether, either, rather, secondly, firstly, and a lot of good uses of vocabulary. Moreover, I've noticed a little bit not that much good uses of vocabulary, which was, first of all, there was a pronunciation mistake, and determination was pronounced something else. So the exact pronunciation is determination, not determination or whatever. And the other word which was mispronounced was particular. It was pronounced something else. So the exact pronunciation is particular. And there was also a bit wrong usage in English language in sentences, which was like are used, ahs and arms were used, or their usage. It could be a better version of it. And instead of saying she repeat in her speech, it could be phrased like or spoken like she repeated in her speech because it was in the past. And the idiom of the day was used in a wrong context because it was being its meaning was to being optimistic and positive in any situation, but it was used as it would be a sanguine idea. So we cannot use it in the text. We could have used in a way that she was sanguine that her idea would be improved or anything like this. So these were only minute mistakes, kind of a bad usage, although the whole meeting was incredible and flawless. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fatima, for giving such a detailed explanation and beautiful report. And I think you've covered almost everything. And thank you for also putting the word of the day and idiom of the day on the chat, because it becomes easier for the audience to also look into it. So great job done. Due to the paucity of time, I will quickly just breeze through the other reports, and maybe in detail I'll explain it later to whoever wants it more. The Sergeant at Arms started on time. Just one thing maybe could have been improved was you could have mentioned to the role players to put their names, which was mentioned by Sai later on. So that at the start itself, you could have done it so that everyone knows what that is. The presiding officer gave a very good introduction in terms of anecdotes, but one thing missed was maybe you could have introduced the Toastmaster of the day, which you just directly called the Toastmaster of the day. Maybe an introduction could have been done by the presiding officer. Toastmaster of the day, wonderful. I loved the theme that you had, and there were a lot of facts and anecdotes and that you brought in that I also didn't know about. So thank you for giving us this, and I'm sure because of the interesting theme, a lot of people also attended the meeting. So thank you for doing the research in terms of the leap year and the phenomenon and talking about it. So beautiful job done. Overall, a wonderful meeting. I believe we all the role players did a beautiful job in terms of getting their role to the T. And also the speakers were fabulous and the evaluators are also very good. I enjoyed the meeting, and if you have any feedback for me as a general evaluator, please do let me know on personal chat. With that, I hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sandhya, to take the meeting forward. Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator and all the auxiliary role players for supporting the meeting so well. We are running behind time. So while I conclude the meeting, may I request the Zoom Master to release the polls for the best prepared speaker, table topic speaker, evaluator, and role players. And while I'm going to leave you with a couple more fun facts about the leap year, I request all of you to cast your vote for the categories. The first fun fact that I want to leave you with is In fact, let me not give away the fact to you, but I will prick your brains a little bit. Now, there was a former Prime Minister of India who was a leapling. By leapling, like I said, a person who was born on the 29th of February. Does anyone know who was this former Prime Minister of India who was a leapling? Any guesses? Anybody, any guesses?
Lal
He was
Bahadur.
also part of the, no, not Lal Bahadur Shastri. He was also part of the freedom movement, though. Yes, Toastmaster Saurabh.
I think it was Moralji Desai.
Absolutely correct. If we had prizes to give away, I would have loved to give you a prize, but accept it. Maybe
Is
just
it?
take
Okay,
something from
okay.
your cafe right now. I believe you're sitting in your cafe, so you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
treat
yeah.
yourself to something. Maybe the Pahado Wali Maggie, if you are up
Oh,
for it.
size is getting
Also
eager now
mine,
because
yeah, also mine. So for those of you who do not know, Toastmaster Saurabh runs a wonderful, very interesting cafe in Mulund. So if any of you are anywhere close to Mulund, you should visit his cafe. It's called ETC, Eat, Cherish, and Eat, Talk, and Cherish. Yes, Eat,
Talk
Talk,
Cherish.
Cherish. Yes, and he is the proud owner and founder of that cafe. So thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh, for that answer. And the last one that I'm going to leave you with is, has anybody thought of why is the month of February chosen to have that additional day of the year and not, let's say, December or January or any other month of the year? Why February? Any thoughts?
It was the shortest month.
No. Well, that is also something to think about. Why is February the shortest month? I mean, how does it matter if February had 31 days and March had fewer days and so on?
I think you talked about Julius Caesar, right? So I think the Roman calendar had Feb as the last month of the year. So this is that, I think.
There we go. I was hoping that, yes, somebody will catch that. And like I said to Toastmaster Saurabh, Toastmaster Ankit also assume that you've been given a gift for this answer. That is correct, because in Julius Caesar's calendar, February was the last month of the year. So that additional day of the year, of the leap year, was added to the month of February, and that tradition continued even when we adopted the Gregorian calendar. With that, we are running out of time, I know. So thank you everyone for being here in the meeting. And I would now like to hand it over to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, are you there?
Yeah, just a second. Yes. So, yeah, right here, Toastmaster. Yeah, so thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the wonderful meeting. And I think we had the poll just now, so I think we're ready with the prizes. Sorry, the names, results, is it?
Give me 2 minutes while I tabulate the numbers.
Sure. Okay. So meanwhile, it was a wonderful meeting. I think the speakers were really amazing, and so were those speakers in table topics. So let's chat now. Let's talk to our guests. How did they, what did they feel? How was the meeting? What is their feedback? So starting with our guests, I think Bhavna is here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bhavna, how was the meeting? What is your feedback? How did you feel?
Great experience, sir. It was great experience, really. I must say, you all came off with flying colors.
Thank you.
Lovely speeches, and overall, the meeting was very good.
Superb. I am moving on to Parth. Parth.
So yeah, I think meeting was perfect, and the speakers were also very enthusiastic, and lots of learning from those speakers. And the evaluators were also very stringent at the same time. I think there was quite learnings from both sides, and I would take many points home. And definitely, I would be visiting your cafe because next week I would be visiting Mulund, so West. So I would be visiting Mumbai. So let's see if I get time, and I would be visiting your cafe. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Parth. Who else? Who else? Who was a guest here? Okay, the results are out. And any guesses for the best speaker? Inspiring story and a hero. So the best speaker award goes to Tushar Taude, speaker 2. Tushar, can you come on the camera, please?
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Do we have the certificate or you can just announce?
Just
Okay, no
announce the
problem.
names.
Congratulations, Tushar. Wonderful speech, very inspiring, and the way you carried it, the enthusiasm, the voice modality, it was truly amazing. I mean, I was busy in my cafe right here because my cafe is full at handling the kitchen and everything. But yes, it definitely caught my attention, and I think it caught everybody's attention. Wonderful speech.
Thank you so
Next,
much.
okay, best table topic master. So we have a joint winners in table topics. There are 4 joint winners in table topics. I think, is this for the first time that we have a joint winner? I guess.
Many joint winners, yes, the first time.
Oh, lovely. So all the 4 people have done well. And the names are Venkat Sai, Fatima, Parth, and Saurabh. That's me. A pat on the back for me. And a pat on the back for everyone who performed well in the table topics. Wonderful speech. Best evaluator. Best evaluator. So who is the best evaluator? Our best evaluator is going to compete in the area contest this Sunday as a speaker. The best evaluator goes to Pranav Advani. Is he here?
No, Pranav is not here.
Best primary role player goes to distinguished Toastmaster Ankit Dasgupta. Congratulations, Ankit.
Thank you so much.
And good thing you came today. Thank you so much. Wonderful as a general evaluator and great feedback.
Thank you so
And
much.
last but not the least, best auxiliary role player, a very own Romarian, Fatima. Congratulations, Fatima, for being voted as the best auxiliary role player. Wonderful. With that, we come to an end to this meeting where everybody can